So welcome back to the Four Horsemen Comics and Gamings. I'm still Mitch Depker, and he is still Wyatt Garing. And this is round 6 of 6.
I'm still the greatest commentator here.
And I'm still the second greatest commentator here. I think I'm moving up, though. I might surpass you one day.
Fat chance.
Okay, well,
The fattest
we got Jund again, right? Kyle, he's back. He's playing for top 8.
After having a great performance last time, one of the best, probably my favorite match so far today.
Easily the most enjoyable match to watch.
Yeah, I mean that was almost as good as the mono red vampires earlier with the Gold Knight Castigator.
The Gold Knight Castigator probably will be my favorite moment, like that early concession. Thank you. Guess we have to update the time as well, so we'll get that squared away.
Squared. There we go.
And yeah, now we're good to go.
We are now cooking
with gas, with fire. Nah, probably with gas. All right, so we got Nicholas Bray on Black White Control. Let's talk a little bit about that deck. You know what his creature count is?
How many?
2. I know you have a deck list right in front of you, and you could have just looked down and answered that, but I'm going to tell you, it's 2. It's 2 copies of Archangel Avacyn in this
I wanted to ask for our viewers at home, and as we talked about Kyle Swisher's deck in the last match, so I assume everybody here still from before, but Kyle is on Jund. A lot of Jund Delirium whenever I talk to him, where he just wants to get Mind Rack Demon and capitalize on Mind Rack Demon and use that to cash in on his Goblin Dark Dwellers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this matchup plays out. So, we saw Kyle last round kind of playing a control deck almost, playing like a mid-range deck of sorts with a lot of control elements to it. So, be interesting to see how well his deck matches up against Black White Control, which is a deck that's kind of fallen off the map a little bit. There's a lot of talk early on about this being the control deck, before Blue Red Control emerged, and Nicholas still playing it to some decent amount of success.
Yeah, I mean, right now both Nicholas and Kyle Swisher are playing to top 8 right now, so really whoever, I do believe it is whoever wins this will be continuing forward into top 8. I don't know. After seeing the performance on Jund last time, I did vote against it for the control matchup, but after seeing it last round, I feel a lot more comfortable in Jund.
Watching the deck in action really,
I definitely like
kind of shed what it can actually do.
Yep. Especially whenever Kyle now knows he does not have to worry about counter spells.
So, looks like we have a Colligan's command, probably 2 to the face and make him discard a card. Yep, absolutely.
Seems weird, but if Kyle does have if he has those Dark Dwellers, and I don't know if he does, but if he does have the Dark Dwellers, he can always just bring that back and
run it back.
Just run it back. He plays a game trail revealing a Smoldering Marsh to play the Dark Dwellers. Bring back the Kolaghan's command, 2 to the face, and probably discard again.
You are the Jund player, aren't you?
Typically you would want to save up the Kolaghan's command too.
Yeah, but I think getting the Dark Dwellers out there, even though I know it's going to die, is still something.
And still, I'm sure you can't, tell how many creatures you're running, but Kolaghan's command really, not sure Kyle doesn't know Nicholas's deck, but the Kolaghan's command not going to do much to Kyle's creature or Nicholas's creatures whenever he's only playing 2.
So we see an Omnixilus here for Omnixilus for Nicholas. Wow, that was actually kind of a hard thing to say. An Omnixilus for Nicholas. But we saw last round.
The last game, yeah.
It was kind of hard for Kyle to deal with this Resolve Planeswalker.
Yeah, especially in game 2, where he just died to the Ob Nixilis emblem. He couldn't.
I believe had a chance to knock it down, but decided to go for the
shot to the face instead.
But yeah, we see the Ruinous Path, which I actually think is a 1-of in Kyle's deck, at least in the main board.
3 in the main board, actually.
I could not have been more
There's
wrong.
There's 1 in the... no, just 3 in the main.
Mine about a different deal.
I feel like, though, whenever we saw the Kolaghan's command or the Dark Voice to do Kolaghan's command, I almost feel like you'd be better off to use it to just flashback, in most cases, to have a Ruinous Path, then flashback Ruinous Path.
So we see a Transgress the Mind for Nicholas and not hitting anything, I believe.
Alright, and we have an activation of the
Hissing Quagmire
to attack for, what's it,
2?
Quagmire's 2/2.
I'm helping you out.
I know. Yeah.
We see the Secure the Waste here on the turn.
It's 4 blockers.
Oh, okay.
See,
So we're looking to trade with the Hissing Quagmire.
Or just get a block. But I think a trade is more likely here.
Yeah, Secure the Waste actually a 3-of in Nicholas's deck, which is kind of like a it's like a black-white Planeswalker control deck. We have besides the 2 Ob Nixilis, we also have 3 Gideon and 2 copies of Sorin.
So it seems a lot more like we lose the Solemn Visitor, but it kind of seems like the Esper tokens list from Old Standard, from last Standard, when it was just Gideon, Secure the Waste, and you don't have that Sorin anymore, but
we have a new Sorin.
We do have a new Sorin. It doesn't buff your tokens or give lifelink, but, you know.
So we see us swing in with the Shambling Vent for 2. Gonna put Nicholas back up to 17 and Kyle down to 18.
Alright.
This deck, or this matchup might turn into that. A couple of manlands beating each other.
Beating each other?
Yeah.
I mean, Nicholas only has left 1 mana open, so there is no Path to Exile in this format.
There is no Path to Exile in this format.
And Murderous Cuts are gone, so...
Also tomorrow. So if you're Nicholas, as we can't really tell what he drew there, but what are you looking to play?
I mean,
I guess yeah, just attack with Shambling Vent. All right.
Yeah, I mean, whenever he's not playing many creatures, you can't try to hope for a creature, and there aren't many spells to really, really hope for here because Kyle didn't have a creature out.
That's the same brother.
Yeah. Yes. But we now see Kyle does get a creature. We'll see more than likely with the lack of creatures and pretty high amount of spells for Nicholas, he probably will have removal for the Sin Prodder.
Yeah, we saw Sin Prodder last game for Kyle really put in some work in order to.
And we have a Sorin.
Help reach Delirium.
Sorin out there again.
Can we still pull up the Grim Nemesis? No, probably not.
We gained 3 Sorin took down 3.
Sorin took down by 2. Sorin's at 4. So it's at 6. So, yeah.
I thought he was at 18.
We see an Ob Nixilis here for Kyle. Going to generate him some card advantage in this matchup. Definitely.
Fortunately, Kyle's card advantage is going to do damage to himself, as well as Nicholas's card advantage from Soren is going to deal damage to Kyle.
Yeah.
He can always use Soren to shoot Obnixilis, but he would end up using sacrificing his Soren to not even kill the Obnixilis here.
So we're actually seeing a scenario where the person who actually played the first Planeswalker has a chance to really put himself ahead here, in the form of Soren and Nicholas. And we see a Cave of Koilos here for off the reveal of Soren. Not going to deal any damage.
Activating the Shambling Vent again.
Yeah, we're going to keep running it back.
It does have a Westvale Abbey now that we can see.
Yeah, kind of a combo with the Secure the Waste.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that would also be synergy.
That'd be synergy.
We just can't use the word combo in Standard, can we?
No. Alright. So yeah, we haven't actually seen anybody do much with the Westvale Abbey yet.
So we see a Ruinous Path here to take down the Soren, not allowing Nicholas to gain any more card advantage.
Well, it seems fine. He definitely...
And allows him actually to keep his Obnixilis on the battlefield as well.
Let's say, yeah, you definitely don't want that Soren to ultimate with the Westvale Abbey out there. And he does play the Mindrak Demon. I'm not 100% sure if he has Delirium, though. He does have a creature, land, and sorcery that we know of, I'm pretty sure. And a Ruinous Path. Can't see the graveyard to know if he has Delirium, though.
So, I don't know why the names keep going away, but it'd be interesting to see if Nicholas has some sort of answer to this Mindrak Demon, because if he doesn't, this thing can might get out of hand here pretty early. So we see a Transgress the Mind.
With 3 deadweights. 3 deadweights and a Traverse. I mean, if you're Kyle here, we'll find out real quick if he has Delirium, if he loses 4 life on his upkeep. Nope, he will not lose 4 life on his upkeep, because that Mindrak Demon will get ultimate price.
But,
and we have another attack in.
Yeah, we're gonna...
Chipping away at Obnixilis. But I don't know. I almost feel like you leave yourself back. Now Kyle does not know that knows you don't have instant speed removal in hand. I feel like you just hold a lot more. You don't need to attack there.
I think there's merit to ticking down the Obnixilis as much as possible. Nicholas is at a pretty healthy 24 life, so taking 2 from this Hissing Quagmire, not exactly the biggest deal in the world. And yeah, like we said, it's just a couple of manlands meeting each other.
Yeah, definitely. Though
really
Kyle is going to need to get this Shambling Vent out of there so he can actually start doing stuff with his Quagmire, though.
I'm just reading the comments. It says, "Why didn't Mitch your bums?" I don't know. What's
You're not wrong.
Not wrong. I mean, yeah, it's pretty accurate.
That's very accurate. Alright. We're on Kyle's turn again. Still not doing anything to the Shambling Vent, though. Looks like Kyle might have something. Could always traverse here. I'm not really sure what he could really be looking for. in his 60. I mean,
Yeah, maybe another minor act even. Like we said last game, a Gitrock Monster's always.
no.
No Gitrock Monster?
No. Traverse the Ulvenwald into Goblin Dark Dwellers, flashback, traverse the Ulvenwald, and then go get your other creature. Let's do things right.
Okay, that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he just fired up hissing quagmires. One died.
But yeah, we see it firing up of some hissing quagmires.
Yeah, I definitely think. I'm pretty sure we've only seen one of the two Dark Dwellers, so he should still have another one in his library to go get.
Looks like Nicholas tapping a good bit of mana. We'll see what we have here. An Awoken Ruinous Path. That might be what turns the game around, actually. On this, we're gonna awaken this Shambling Vet and get in there for 4.
The only thing that comes to the downside of that is he no longer has to wait for it to be activated to kill it. Which means he can now use sorcery speed removal on that Shambling Vet.
Yeah, I think I would have.
Like, he can use these dead weights that are in his hand on it.
Yep, which I believe is what we're gonna see Kyle do. And yeah, now Nicholas down a threat.
Down his biggest threat, really. And we see the Traverse.
So let's see if you got this right. He no,
That's the monster.
He grabs the Gitrock Monster.
I mean, that also
Son of a gun.
I mean that seems fine. You're only gonna be able to put one down this turn. I personally would have liked the Dark Dwellers to put a threat down now, as well as have one for next turn. Get 2 creatures out of your graveyard or out of your library for Nicholas to deal with. But
It's fair. The Dark Dwellers and Gitrock Monster both generate card advantage. So Gitrock Monster a little bit more though, but we'll see a Stasis Snare on the monster.
And I do not believe Kyle has any way to deal with that in his 60 in his main. So we'll have to go. So he's gonna be monsterless for a while.
Looks like we're gonna fire up a couple of Hissing Quagmires and Grasp of Darkness, one of them.
And get in there for 2.
So yeah, it looks like Nicholas took a drop of the turn. Didn't really get a good look at it, but yeah, only 1 card in hand versus looks like Kyle's 5. And, has an opportunity to just keep firing up this Hissing Quagmire and hoping that is good enough to get the job done.
Yeah, like I said, same as the Awoken land. He can just fire up the Hissing Quagmire to avoid any sorcery speed removal.
Yeah, Nicholas with an activation of Westvale Abbey end of turn. Maybe do that a second time. Try to trade with the Hissing Quagmire here if he doesn't have anything to play on in this turn.
Though we do know he has a 3rd Grasp of Darkness, not Grasp of Darkness, but a 3rd Deadweight in his hand from the Transgress earlier. So we could just see this, Andy just drew Grasp of Darkness. We could just see the token getting
yeah, I think you moved to combat first when you, with the draw of Grasp of Darkness, try to force a double block, and then try to 2 for 2 him that way.
Either that, or you save up the Grasp of Darkness, so if he gets another man land. Alright, he's going to activate and attempt the double block. And he will hit it with the
Grasp of Darkness. I'm getting good at this game.
Yeah. I don't know. I personally like holding on to the Grasp of Darkness and just deadweighting using the deadweight on one, so that you still have your instant speed removal for man lands.
Yeah. Yeah, so Nicholas drew this a secure the waist here, which could be a really big swing if Kyle doesn't know what's coming.
Especially with the Westville Abbey out there.
But we're gonna force some action if we're Kyle, though.
I don't think you don't need to because it's transgressed the mind, so you don't need to worry about your secure waist getting taken.
It's true. Still forcing the action, though.
Yeah.
Or Nicholas feels that Kyle is forcing the action, I guess, is what I meant to say. So, 8 1/1 soldier tokens here for Nicholas, and just a swamp in hand. If you're Kyle, how are you getting out of this? Yeah, I know you have some languishes. Oh, there's the Radiant Flames. Okay.
All right.
We were talking about reasons to play red beforehand
Radiant
as
Flames.
opposed to black-green. That would be one of them.
And now,
That was a pretty big Radiant
that
Flames.
was a huge Radiant Flames. I think that definitely puts Kyle definitely, I don't want to say in charge now, but definitely puts Kyle in a great position here. Read the bones.
Read the Bone's a good draw for Nicholas. Looks like
a duress, possibly. Is there a duress?
It was either a duress or a second copy of Read the Bones. It was
a second copy of Read the Bones.
So we might see him do this again. I think we will.
Yep. Going
that's
to
going to
9.
put Nicholas down to 9, though. Which is an odd number for the Hissing Quagmire attacks. So it's still a 5-turn clock. Well, it's now a 5-turn clock. And looks like you like both of them.
And so Nicholas did get back into the race with lands. And it looks like he played a... Which land would that be?
Played Forbidden Sanctuary.
Forbidden Sanctuary. Okay.
Yeah, Transgress the Mind taking that Sorin is a pretty big deal right here. So yeah, we're gonna keep getting hit by this Hissing Quagmire.
The other thing with Kyle is he almost has to, I don't want to say not play creature just so that Nicholas can't capitalize on the Ruinous Path with the Awoken cost. So I don't know if Kyle has removal for that with another Awoken creature.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you're Kyle, I don't think you do anything more than just continue to beat down.
Beat down with the Quagmire.
Hissing Quagmire.
The little Quagmire that could.
He really is. He's done quite a bit of damage this game. Archangel Avacyn here for Nicholas, though.
He didn't take any damage.
And yeah, that's a pretty big play there by Nicholas. That was a pretty nice draw.
Definitely was.
We're not going to be able to deal with that card until next turn. So it's at least getting in there for 4.
He will throw on.
He will throw on a deadweight, though. So he will get in there for 2, I should say. Looks like both players discussing what exactly is going on in the game state, but I think we should be good to go. And it looks like an activation of Westville Abbey is going to bring Nicholas down to 6.
Yep.
But not without a 1/1. Is it 5?
I may have had life on like a cape or something like that. I don't know. We're just following what is right there. Looks like he is awakening. He's gonna, yep, Ruinous pass his guy to awaken there and get the transformation on. This could actually just be game on Kyle if he attacks in. For
it's a
2,
swing for
6, and then it transforms next turn to do 3. Because one of a non-angel creature died this turn.
Okay, fair enough, yeah. As long as Nicholas remembers it.
He did.
Yep, that should be game. And
Yep.
game 1 goes to Nicholas Bray. Really heads up play there by Nicholas to kill his own creature.
That was a really good play for Nicholas. Like I said though, let's see.
So go to the sideboard here for
Yeah.
the jump player while I get everything squared away.
Considering Nicholas has only played 2 creatures, I think definitely again it's safe to bring in all 3 duresses from the side again, as well as the transgress. Ultimate price seems bad here. To the slaughter. I'm not 100% sure on this. The only reason I'm possibly thinking about it is because you saw the Westvale Abbey, you saw the Secure the Wastes. You know that he can get the indestructible flying lifelink demon out of the Westvale Abbey.
Mm-hmm.
So the only way to really deal with that is going to be, how big's the demon? A 9/8?
It's a 9/7.
9/7. So you'd have to double grasp it, firmly grasp it, or to the slaughter. You bring in Virulent Plague, without a doubt. Bring in Virulent Plague, and then you can shut down the whole Secure the Waste package. I think you probably bring in the Radiant Flame. You just don't want him to have creatures for very long.
For Kyle, we have 3 copies of Duress, 1 Transgress the Mind, 2 copies of Languish, a Descend Upon the Sinful, 3 Infinite Obliteration, 2 Felidar Cub, a Declaration in Stone, a Linvala, and a Ruinous Path. If I'm Kyle, or Nicholas, maybe I bring in the Duress. We know that the Jund deck has a lot of non-creature spells, a lot of planeswalkers.
Yeah, a lot of creatures.
So that might be something that we bring in. I'm not sure we want all 3.
I think you
But
definitely
I would bring in some number of Duress. The Linvala the Preserver seems good. Only playing 2 copies of Archangel Avacyn, plus the Secure the Wastes, allows us to capitalize on our Linvala. And the Ruinous Path also seems good as a decent way to deal with planeswalkers that Kyle has. So who do you like in this sideboarded mesh?
I've been wrong a lot so far, but I still like Jund. He does.
So you like the Jund?
I like the Jund.
Not biased.
Totally not biased. But same thing as we saw game 1. That Archangel Avacyn just Kyle just could not deal with it, and especially whenever he was at 8 life, it was just not a good time to have to deal with an Archangel Avacyn.
It's a pretty hard card to deal with. Yeah, I think. The card would be fine by itself if it didn't have flash. It makes sense from a design standpoint for that card to have flash, but really, puts Avacyn over the top. The fact that you can flash it in to save your creatures in combat.
Hashtag Avacyn OP.
Hashtag ban Avacyn.
Ban Avacyn standard. Emergency ban Avacyn.
So it's restrict Reflector Mage.
Yeah, restrict Reflector Mage.
Ban Avacyn. There was talk last year about banning Jace, Bryn's Prodigy. He's fine. You can keep him around. But Reflector Mage, that's where the problem is. Feed.
Hoffman just wanted to know.
About what?
Me asking, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have
Alright, so we're going into game 2 now. Let's see. It looks like both players happy with their 7. Kyle
gonna fetch down to 20, and yeah, grab a basic land.
Looks like he's getting a swamp.
And Nicholas Bray gonna lead with a shambling bet and a pass. Not really too much for him to do on the first couple turns of the game, but not seeing a turn 1 duress. Looked like Kyle picked up a copy of Ruinous Path, and just a shipping of the turn. Nicholas gonna look at a fresh card, and also another tap land and a passing of the turn.
Sweet. Alright, we have a duress from Nicholas. Kyle might be. Revealing 2 Ruinous Path.
Yeah, and a very quick selection of the Gideon.
3 Ruinous Path, a Secure the Waste, a Gideon, and some land.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty easy take of Gideon.
You know you're not getting rid of all those Ruinous Paths. And the Secure the Waste probably won't be for a while.
Yeah, and we've even seen Kyle have an ability to answer Secure the Waste with the Radiant Flames, so I'm not even too sure.
And even so, I think Kyle definitely probably brings in probably brought in the Virulent Plague. So if he does hit that, it pretty much shuts down the Secure the Waste unless unless Nicholas were to get the Gideon down in ultimate.
And Nicholas activating his Shambling Vent
to get
into a lot of open mana from Kyle. I know we're trying to get to Secure the Waste here. It seemed like a little bit of a misstep from Nicholas.
Yeah, I feel like you probably just want to preserve if you want to cast your. I think if you Infinite Obliteration, naming a creature. What creature? We will find out what creature he is.
Yeah, we'll figure out what creature he names. Actually, we'll probably just figure it out right now.
I would probably say Mindwreck Demon, possibly.
Yeah, Mindwreck Demon and Gitrock Monster, the 2 creatures you saw. Neither of those. Oh, Dark Dwellers. Yeah, that's definitely
solid.
Fair.
But it's a 2 for 1.
There's
all 2 of them.
And Nicholas going, you only run 2 of these cards? This card's pretty good.
Yep. So. Alright, so looking at Kyle's hand, it looks like whatever Nicholas plays is not going to stick around for very long.
Yeah. Be interesting to see if Nicholas brought in all 3 Infinite Obliterations. There's only so many creatures that Kyle plays, but I'm not sure how well that advances the game.
All right.
We see a Cave of Koilos, the land for Nicholas, and a passing of the turn. We're going to see an end-step Kolaghan's Command. Most likely to shoot you and discard.
Let's say the Ruinous Path.
Here we see a
Secure
the Waste for 4. Yeah.
Of course, Kyle, not playing blue, not going to counter that. So. So hopefully hopefully on his next turn we'll see some type of way to deal with all the tokens, unless we see a Gideon from Nicholas here, which we don't.
And a swing for 4 here for Nicholas.
Yeah, to the Slaughter token.
We're gonna take
Seems like
care
an
of one of
awkward
them.
to the slaughter.
Yeah, I agree. But it does.
Your life total's still high enough. You can just afford to take 4.
Nicholas doesn't really have. I mean, we saw the Avacyn, but there's yeah, I'm not really too sure about that one.
Yeah.
What the card does.
Ruinous Pathing another. I don't. Yeah, this seems like a ineffective use right now
Especially considering we're about to see another Secure the Waste.
for 4 more. So this is just looking real rough for Kyle, especially if Nicholas were to draw a Gideon or a Westvale Abbey, really.
Yeah, either of those two cards would be pretty good for him. No real good way for Kyle to deal with Ormondal, I believe. As that attack puts Kyle down to 11.
Now.
I'll take a niece of the draw, but not. We're at currently at 5 lands though.
So you can't flip. Plays Nisa, goes to get the forest, get the 6th land. But she does not flip until 7.
I'm not even sure we would want her to flip right now. I think we just need
My only thing, if you flip her, she can get you the token, or if you're you can try to draw a card and find a way to deal with the tokens.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your 6th land drop. I really don't know. Like it's yeah, Nicholas definitely has Kyle on his back on the back foot right now. Kyle's just probably looking for a sweeper now to deal with the tokens.
And it looks like a sack of Evolving Wilds at the end of turn for Nicholas. And we might have a way to deal with this Nisa, so we can continue to get in there for 6. And,
Yeah.
Make it a 2-turn clock.
Yeah, this is definitely looking very rough for Kyle.
I think when if Kyle were to lose this game, I think we're going to look back to him using a lot of those removal spells.
Definitely I mean, if he didn't use them, he would still be up. He'd be down 2 more life, which, in the scheme of things, doesn't matter right now. Like,
assuming he takes, assuming he finds a way to take care of the tokens, is what I mean.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what Kyle has to work with. 2 more Ruinous Path, a Crumble to Dust, and a Traverse. Unfortunately for Kyle, there's no way to sweep off of a creature here, or a land that he could get off of the Traverse. I don't think he can get a creature. He has a sorcery, instant, and land in his yard. I do not believe he has a 4th type yet. So
yeah, so I believe he's just going to take the Traverse anyway, though.
he can't. It's a transgress the
Oh, I mean,
he has to
let's
take
say
a path or a crumble. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm Nicholas, I just like I like continuing to serve with all these tokens. Yeah, deal with the Nisa first, and then
Yeah,
that's
and then get in there for 6, and
that way Kyle needs 2 creatures or
a sweeper,
a kill spell on a creature. We're gonna duress. Probably just looking to get some information at this point.
The Gideon.
It looks like we're just going to ship for 5, and that's going to be
and that is 2-0 for Nicholas.
2-0 for Nicholas. Yeah, that was well done for Nicholas Bray. Well, congratulations on your top 8 performance.
Should be top 8. I'm not 100% sure yet, but We were told definitely that we're pretty sure this match, whoever was the winner, should go to top 8 though.
Yeah, and
So.
West Virginia state champion. That's no even a top 8. That's no small accomplishment. Top 16 still quite the accomplishment for both.
I mean,
of these
yeah,
players.
definitely. I'm pretty sure Kyle should be playing tomorrow as well. And even this top 16, and you already make your entry fee back for tomorrow. So he's playing tomorrow for free already. So,
All right. Well, I think that'll do it.
that'll do it until top 8.
Yeah, we'll be back for the top 8. Are you ready?
Oh, I can barely handle myself right now.
I can tell. We're gonna need to calm you down, and by the time the top 8 starts, we're gonna be ready to go. I'm Mitch Depker. He's Wyatt Gehring. We're at the Four Horsemen Comics and Games, and we'll see you in a few.